Hey everybody, welcome back to the Perfect Portfolio. I'm so excited today for this presentation. I've never been more excited about what we're doing right now to help everybody in the country, like everybody. Um, and I've been in finances for 20 years, and I've never been more excited about what we're doing right now. So, welcome to the Perfect Portfolio. We haven't done this in quite some time just because a major publishing company said, "Hey, we want you to write a book, but we're also giving you a deadline." And I'm like, "Oh no." So, it's been a huge project. Myself and AJ have been working on it nonstop for 6 months, night and day. I literally been if when I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about it, and I wake up and I'm working on it, and then I go back to sleep and I'm thinking about it. So 6 months nonstop. Finally sent the final to the publishing company. So amazing, amazing week. And we're going to talk about that. And I can tell you that this book, I think, will be the most disruptive book ever written in the history of financial services. Okay, and I'll put my reputation on that. And it all came out of this thing called the perfect portfolio. And we'll talk a little bit about that, how this thing happened. But we have hundreds of people using these strategies. Eventually, we'll have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of people using these strategies. So it's very exciting. Um, and we can help anybody of any income. We can help anybody of any financial IQ. There's nobody that can't um, use this system we built. So it's pretty amazing, very exciting. Okay, so I don't know why, but I don't know. Just I was born for finances. I love it. I eat it. I sleep it. I have fun with it. It's just so much fun for me to do this. So, um, and they say if you know, anyways, it's just not work for me. It's very fun. So, wow, we got a ton of people on here. I see people that I've known for 10 years on here, 15 years. A lot of people I've never met. Some people I met you a couple weeks ago, couple times here and there. But again, I've been working in financial services for 20 years, so I know a lot of people, and some of them have been following me on my journey after I left the traditional financial service industry. So anyways, we're going to jump right into this and go from there. Okay, so let me share my screen and jump into our slides and let's rock and roll. Okay, cool. How's the presentation look? Good. Awesome. Awesome. All right, perfect. All right, so perfect portfolio. Okay, the our one of the companies, myself and AJ and Nerelvi and Danilo, some of the we started long companies called the Remy Group. It was a consulting company, did real estate, mortgage, insurance, investing. But anyways, we the perfect portfolio is a part of the Remy Group. Okay, so I've been in the tax avoidance business for quite a long time, and now we've kind of um, mastered it, I would say. Okay, so we'll cover some pretty interesting stuff. This is our introduction and overview, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, so this was 2023, and yeah, awesome year. Went to Canada, visited Toronto and my brother, and got married and watched some hockey. My nephew's playing hockey is a very fun thing to do, and we eventually moved to Tennessee. Okay, so Knoxville, Tennessee, right now, um, and watched some more hockey, and finally bought a Tesla. I've always wanted a Tesla. I bought the Tesla, and then even went to Texas and got to ride in one of those Icon A5 airplanes. Wow, what an amazing thing! I've always wanted one of those things, so it's on my list. So that will be a future goal. Pick myself up an Icon A5. That's a fun plane, and it's on the list. Okay, so now things weren't always like this. Okay, um, uh, I've only become my wife and I have only become financially independent really because I left the financial service industry. I know that sounds weird, but I'll talk about that story. And I only learned how to become financially independent at a young age because I left the financial service industry. We'll talk a little bit about that today. So, my third book, I became an Amazon best-selling author, which is crazy to me when you know my background. We'll talk about my background a little bit. So, all right. So, all right, here's me. I'm the kid in the blue. That's Thompson, Manitoba. Okay, pretty north, like we're talking almost polar bears. And yeah, and my there's my dad. My dad was used to mine uranium and copper. Okay, like a mile underground in 1977. Very dangerous work, right? There's my brother. He used to snare rabbits, hunting, fishing. When Christmas came, he'd get the axe and go cut down the Christmas tree and pull it back to the house. And he was a miner, but it was pretty dangerous work and it was very bad for your health. And fortunately, he left mining. And if he hadn't left mining because they invited him back to go mine again, he said no. And shortly after that, the mine collapsed and everybody got killed. So my dad would have, been in that mine. So fortunately, he got out of mining. Okay. So, but I'm the kid in the blue there. That's where I got my start. Okay. So, my parents, yeah, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My parents lived paycheck to paycheck. Both died without life insurance or long-term care and no assets. So if you look, my parents had no assets, their parents had no assets, and their parents had no assets on both sides. So for generations, we've never passed anything, not a stock, no savings, no real estate, nothing for at least three generations of my family. It's just been poor people and poor people, right? So Irish, English, and from there. So I came to the United States 25 years ago with no high school diploma, no college diploma, and no green card. I came to the United States, illegal, legal immigrant, um, worked as a security guard for like $6 an hour when I came here. I was like, psh, California, but I was in California and I was warm, right? Canada kind of cold. I was like, hey, at least I'm warm when I'm working as a security guard. And then I got a job as a private investigator. Okay. And I worked 6 years as a private investigator. I used to chase people around with a video camera on workers' compensation claims. It was pretty fun work, super adrenaline rush, um, very intense job. But, when you're 20, 21, 22, it's just adrenaline rush intensity is pretty fun stuff. But I read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad in my car. Okay. Not only did I read Rich Dad, I read Cash Flow Quadrant, all those books people read. And I started changing the way I think. I was like, man, I gotta learn this entrepreneurship thing, and then so I got into the financial service industry. I became licensed insurance agent, and then I became a licensed investment advisor. I became a fiduciary financial advisor. Took the route. I said, hey, if I want to become financially independent, I should probably become a financial advisor, right? I mean, that's kind of makes sense to do that. And then I wrote a book called Rich Man, Poor Bank. And it was a book because 2008, the crash was caused by big banks. So I wrote a book about the banking industry. This is what the banks don't want you to know about money. Okay. So I kind of wrote an expose on the banking system. It's called Rich Man, Poor Bank. Pretty fun book. Basic financial education. Pretty valuable stuff. Okay. There's the first one. And then a translator for the United Nations read the book and she goes, can I translate your book into Spanish? I'm like, sure. She goes, I'll only charge you 2,500 bucks. I'm like, done, right? We had Hombre Rico, Banco Pobre come there. And then we never actually published it, but we have one in Mandarin too. So pretty cool stuff. And let's see. And then, yeah, I I was a financial advisor. I realized my clients weren't getting financially independent and it was struggling. I was like, wow, my clients aren't really going to get financially independent. And the only way I'll get financially independent is build my book of business. So my clients will never become financially independent, but I will, but I want not from my investing. I started questioning the financial service industry. And it seemed to me it wasn't built to help the client get financially independent. It was built to make fees for Wall Street, but it wasn't really built to help the clients. And I was like, this is not what I entered this thing for. So I had to change my thinking and I wrote this book and I couldn't release this book as a financial advisor. Okay. So they say to release the book and you have to resign or, you never get to release your book and you never get to write another one, and you can stay as a financial advisor. I was like, see ya, I'm out of here. And I gave up 15 years of work and passive income to release that book. And that's when we started the Remy Group. So it was a tough decision, but it really wasn't a tough decision because I can't live my life knowing that the strategies I'm selling my clients are only enriching Wall Street, and they're probably going to have to work till they die. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but most Americans, if you run the calculations on it, they will have to work until they die, just like my dad did. Okay. So he had to work and he couldn't work anymore. So I had to start paying all their bills. And then they got sick and more bills. And for a very long time, I was just staying afloat as I was trying to support my aging parents. Okay. So, but I had to change my thinking. Okay. All right. Then coronavirus happened and the market crashed. And I said, what am I going to do now? All my seminars canceled. I used to do a lot of in-person presentations. And I said, oh, what do I do now? We said, let's start a financial education company. And I wrote that third book there. Pretty amazing book. It kind of combines the first book and the second book. It's got some tax avoidance stuff. And it became an Amazon bestselling. But I became an Amazon bestselling author with the third one. So, all right. Here, then this happened. Okay. This happened um, with a major publishing company. They saw this strategy I was teaching and they said, "Hey, you're teaching that to ordinary Americans?" They said, "You can actually teach this strategy to ordinary Americans." And they said, "Can you write a book on it?" I said, "Oh, I don't know." And they said, "We'll give you an advance, but we have a deadline. Can you do it by this?" And I said, "There's no way I can do it by that." And then we negotiated a little bit, and that book exists because of that big publishing company that want to be write this book on this strategy. Okay. So be smart, pay zero taxes, use the buy, borrow, die strategy to get rich and stay rich. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? Like that's exactly what the book is about. Okay. You can pre-order that if you want. You can scan the code there and get a copy of it. We're not here to sell you books. We're here to help you though. Okay. It's 370 pages. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's got some good jokes in there. It's not boring. I trust me. I can't stand tax books. They are the most boring things ever to read. This one's not. It's pretty fun. Okay. Thanks again to AJ again for co-authoring this one with me. Um, okay. It's the first book ever written on how anyone can use the buy, borrow, dash strategy to build tax-free wealth. Okay. That's period. That's it. Strategy has been around for decades. No one's ever written a book on this topic. It's weird. I was like, why? That's so strange. Really? This is how people become billionaires, and no one's ever shared it with anyone. Like, that's kind of strange. So there it is. All right. So we started the perfect portfolio 4 years ago, I think about 4 years ago. Okay. And we established 5 pillars, okay, for this buying and borrowing. Okay. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about why this strategy is very effective for building wealth, never paying taxes, compounding tax-free wealth, and you can pass all that wealth to your family tax-free. Is that good? Sound good? Everybody like that strategy? Okay. And anyone can do it. Okay. Buy stocks. We're going to teach you how to do it with stocks, ETFs, life insurance, real estate, cryptocurrency, and gold and precious metals. Okay. 5 different assets. They're very different. They work differently. But that's basically how to implement that strategy with those 5 assets. Learn how anyone can build. There's a strategy in there. It's a guy named Average Joe. Okay, an average Joe doesn't do anything extraordinary, and he builds a portfolio of $6 million in wealth, retire early and tax free with 6 million, and never pay taxes on the 6 million. Okay, so and then you can live off the borrow button. We're not going to cover that one, but it's in the book. It's a pretty cool strategy. Okay, so yeah, anyways, we'll cover it. So, all right. By the way, we're not financial advisors. We don't give financial advice. Well, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. Um, I have a CPA. I have a CFP. But honestly, I can run circles around most financial advisors and tax advisors. Most of them have no idea what we're talking about here. They don't understand the tax codes, but I also wrote this book for them. I wrote this book for financial advisors. They can learn it. So CPAs can learn it. And then hopefully the financial advisors and CPAs can retire one day too, because most of them are going to die at their desk. Okay, pretty crazy thing when the financial advisors and CPAs die working at their desk. That's not probably the best place to get financial advice, but I'm going to tell you there's a reason for that. Okay. So, anyways, we created Remy the robot, which is a cool kind of pretty cute, right? He's fun, and so we're going to teach you how the rich pay no taxes. Okay, this is it's pretty simple. Um, we're going to learn buy, borrow, die. Raise of hands. How many people have ever heard buy, borrow, die as a financial or tax strategy? How many people have ever heard that? Anybody? Notes in the chat. Anybody? And by the way, if you're on the chat and you like get like kind of put some yes or no's, always fun, or thumbs up like Bob just did there somehow like that, and you just get some interaction here. It's always fun. So well, just tell us know. Have you ever heard of buy, borrow, die as a tax or strategy? Okay, so now the phrase buy, borrow, die, it came from the University of Southern California, a guy named Edward McCaffrey. Okay. And Edward, he did a study on how billionaires don't pay taxes. Okay. And here's what he summarized. He said, you can buy assets, stocks, ETFs, life insurance, real estate, cryptocurrency. You buy it and then you never sell it. Now, question, if you never sell it, when do you pay taxes on the gains? You never do. So you can build all your wealth, never pay taxes on it. Pretty simple. Those five assets we talked about. Now, rather than sell the asset, what if you took a loan secured from one asset to buy another asset? Are the loans taxable? No. You just created another asset with money that's never been taxed. Okay. So did we pay taxes yet? No, we didn't. We didn't pay taxes when we grew the assets. We didn't pay taxes when we borrowed from one asset to buy the other asset, which means no taxes. What if when we die, all those assets pass to our family with a step up in basis, meaning they do, and all the wealth passes to your family with no taxes? Question, when did you pay taxes? Never did. Okay. All right. So this is what we've been studying for 4 years and figured out how to do it with anybody of any income and any financial IQ can do this. Okay. So this is the guy, Ed McCaffrey, University of Southern California, Gould School of Law, and and yeah, pretty crazy.
You know,
Uh,
the funny thing is, Mark, I actually took one of Professor McCaffrey's classes at SC. He never mentioned it once. So, we talked before about how, strategies like buy, borrow, die, most people have never heard of. I took a class from the guy who created the term, and he didn't even teach us about it. So, I mean, kind of says something right there.
Yeah, I got buddies that went to Pepperdine. He was a executive at GE. Never heard about this. I got lots of friends. I know hundreds of financial advisors. None of them ever knew this ever. It's never taught to financial advisors. That's kind of weird. So when I came to this, I was like, why didn't I learn? I mean, I researched books, wrote 3 books, never came across this strategy called buy, borrow, die. And you can go to any university, Harvard, Yale, name a school, the smart MIT, whatever, any school, and they won't teach you this strategy. Weird, huh? Most effective tax strategy for building wealth and getting financially independent, and no one's ever going to teach it to it at any school in the United States or the world. Okay, crazy. So, anyways, I'll let you decide why you think they don't teach these strategies to financial advisors. Okay. All right. So the perfect portfolio was pretty clear. I said, hey, we got to start this thing called the perfect portfolio. We're going to teach. We didn't even know what the strategy we were going to teach. But I was like, hey, what's the purpose? Well, we want to raise your financial IQ. So wherever you are, we just want you to raise your financial IQ. Okay. Start learning a little bit and then just raise your financial IQ. Sound good? Anybody can do that? We said, all right, we want to teach you to fish. We want to teach you the basics of managing your money. It's not that hard, actually. You can kind of automate the process. Then we build automated systems to do that, which we have them all built, which is pretty awesome. We'll teach you to fish. See, if you know how to fish, you don't really need other people, though, do you? Okay. And I guarantee you can manage your money better than a financial advisor. I guarantee that. It's incredibly easy to beat the performance of your financial advisor doing literally nothing. Very easy to do. Automate your income. Okay. We said, look, we need income now. What, who really cares about income at 65, 70, right? Why don't we just build income streams now, replace our income, and then we can retire? How many people think that sounds better? Yes. Retire at any age rather than being told you can do it at 65 or 70 or whatever. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay. And our goal is to create 1 million new millionaires. I'm like, I don't even know what we're going to do in this course, but I'm going to create 1 million new millionaires. I was like, can I really do that? Like, is that possible? But I was like, no, we're going to do it. I'm to decide it's going to happen. We're going to get it done. Okay. And boom, now we're actually going to do it. Okay. We're actually going to create a few billionaires too. So, um, pretty fun stuff. Now, once I came across this guy named Sod Guru. How many people have ever heard of Sod Guru? Anyone here, everyone? Pretty cool, pretty smart guy. And he said this thing. He goes, thinking is just a recycling of the data you've gathered in the past. And I was like, hmm, that's crazy. Like, imagine you wanted to get financially independent at a young age, but everything you've ever been taught, everything your family's ever been taught, everything your teachers have ever been taught, everything your financial advisor and CPA have been taught about finances was wrong. Think about that. Just imagine that. Not wrong, but very ineffective. Okay. Very ineffective. Okay. Well, you'd have to change your thinking, right? So today we're going to give you new information, and your brain's like a computer. It goes, all right, got a new information. You have to do a choice to either accept the information or delete it and say that's it. Now, if you accept it, you have new information. Your brain sort of like, delete, you have corrupted files. Put new information, delete the corrupted files. With the new information, recalculate. Delete the old files, new information, recalculate. Okay. It's kind of how your brain works. So if we give you some new information today, you can decide, hey, maybe this is the direction that I want to go. Let's give this thing a shot. Okay. Um, so you get to decide if this strategy is better than what you're currently doing. Okay. And that's for you to decide. Okay. So again, if you, yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that. So again, think about that. Thinking is just a recycling of the data you gathered in the past. Pretty profound statement. All right, so what is money? Since we're talking about money today, I'm gonna ask you guys like, what is money? Maybe put your thoughts in the chat. Like, what exactly is money? I don't know how you define money. Okay, right? But tell you what, I'm going to help you out a little bit. I'm going to help you define money, at least the characteristics of money. Because if you're like, I'm getting money, but what is money and what's the characteristics? So we're going to help you give you a direction. Sound good? Okay. Anything we agree has value is technically money. At least that's the characteristics of money. If we agree it has value, it is easily transferable, and it has limited supply. Anything with those three characteristics has the characteristics of money. Anything without those three characteristics does not have the characteristics of money. Is that fair? Is that clear? Okay, so let's look at some examples here. And I'm also going to ask you 4 questions. Now, for these 4 questions to be valuable to you, you need to answer them in your mind when I ask them, if you even write down your answers, and then I'm going to ask you your answers at the end of the presentation, and you can see if your answers have changed. Okay, so here's the 4 questions. How is money created? How is money created? You can put that in the chat, you can write it down, whatever. But again, answer, how is money created? Most common answer, they print it. Most common answer, they print it. Okay, I don't know if that was your answer, they print it. That's the most common answer. Who can create money? Put it in the chat or write it in front of you. Who can create money? Okay. Most common answer, the Federal Reserve can create money. Okay. They can print money. You see the Federal Reserve printing off money. It'll be $1 trillion in the next 90 days. $1 trillion in debt every 90 days. Crazy, huh? So that's the most common answer. Now, next question. Can I create money? Can you create money? Can I create money? Yes or no? and put your answer down or put it in the chat. Can I create money? Answer is no. That's counterfeiting. Right? You can go to jail for counterfeiting. Don't counterfeit money. Right? Don't take your money and go to, the FedEx and start copying it. Right? That's counterfeiting. Don't do that. Okay. But most people say yes. That's illegal to create money. Do I have to work to make money? Yes or no? Do you have to work to make money? Most common answer, yes, I do have to work to make money. Those are the core beliefs that you believe, that 99% of the population would believe, is those are the four things they believe. Okay, now we're going to examine if they're true. To help you out, we're going to ask you, is a cow money? Is a cow money? Okay, it's obviously not money, right? It's a cow, but wait, we agree it has value. Now, is it a grass-fed organic cow is more valuable than a regular cow, right? So the value of the cow depends on the quality feed of the cow. Okay, so but cow, we agree it has value. It's not easily transferable, but you can buy a cow, you can walk it down the street and sell it. So it's transferable and it has limited supply. You can't produce so many cows. It's even harder to produce grass-fed, organic cows. Okay, so the cows have the characteristics of money. How about a silver coin? Silver coin. Is that money? I mean, it says $1 on it. So, anyone want to give me your silver coin and I'll give you a dollar bill? Okay. If you do, please let me know. I'll just run those transactions all day long. Just kidding. But no, is it well wait, it says $1 on it, but is it worth $1? No, it's worth $30. $1 is now worth $30. How could it say $1, but it's worth $30? That's kind of weird. Canadian dollar, I'm from Canada, 43 bucks. Canadian dollars. Well, it says $1, one's worth 30 US dollars, and it's worth 43 Canadian dollars. Well, that's interesting, but it only says $1. But we agree it has value, it's easily transferable, and has limited supply. Okay, cool. Characteristics of money. How about Bitcoin? Does Bitcoin have the characteristics of money? We agree it has value. It's about 180 million people around the world that agree that Bitcoin is worth about $100,000 today. About 180 million. Okay. That's a lot of people agree it has value. Is it easily transferable? I can literally just send it like an email across the world with no bank. I would go, you know what I mean? Crazy. It's the fastest, most efficient transferred uh, store of value ever created is Bitcoin. Okay, so it's easily transferable, very fast. Okay, and it has limited supply. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin ever in existence, ever. There'll never be more than 21 million. Right now, about 95% of it exists. That means the remaining 5% that'll be created in the next 100 years, the entire world has to share it. Just 5% left, 95%. So something to think about that. So obviously very, very limited supply. Okay. So Bitcoin. How about real estate? Does real estate have the characteristics of money? We all agree it has value. If a house is in Ohio, it's valuable. But what if that house is overlooking a beach in San Diego? Way now valuable, right? Because it has limited supply. It's not easily transferable, but it is you're able to transfer a house. Okay. So it is transferable anyways. Okay. $20 bill. Okay. We agree it has value. So we got, hey, check that box. Two, it's easily transferable. We can all recognize it. We can go to anywhere and exchange our $20 bill for $20 of whatever we're purchasing. Does it have limited supply? Yes or no? It doesn't. Okay. Doesn't. They can just print it with no holding back. Just print it as fast as they can run the printing presses. Okay. So is that a problem? If something has unlimited supply, you know what usually happens to it? Anything with limited supply goes up in value, and anything with unlimited supply goes down in value. That's just how it works in the world. Everything that is true. That's a constant. Now, let's look at another asset. Okay. Charmin Mega XL toilet paper. Okay. Does it have the characteristics of money? Well, we agree it has value, right? If you have a shortage of toilet paper, man, it's gonna be expensive to get some toilet paper, right? So we definitely agree it has value. It is easily transferable and it has limited supply. You can't just press a button and create, you know, double the value, the amount of toilet paper out there. So if there was a shortage of toilet paper, man, toilet paper would shoot up in value. And here's the crazy part. For all the people that believe that the $20 bill is worth anything, how come the $20 bill is worth about $1 and the silver coin that says $1 is worth about $30? How'd that happen over the same period? The thing that says 20, it's actually 50 cents. It buys about 50 cents. And the thing with $1, see, toilet paper has limited supply. It goes up in value. So basically, toilet paper, real estate, cows, silver, and Bitcoin will go up in value, and the US dollar will always go down in value compared to even toilet paper. Crazy? So, question, what is money? Maybe you're chasing the wrong thing. Okay. Now, back to our questions. How is money created? We're going to challenge your thinking on this. Okay. Let's say, how many people have ever gone to Costco before and bought a television? Anyone bought a television at Costco? Okay. Go to Costco, buy a 85-inch big screen television. I've got three in this house from Costco, right? LG televisions. Okay. Now, when you take a Costco credit card right here and I swipe a credit card to buy a TV, what happens? Let's say it's 3,000 bucks or 2,000 bucks to buy a TV. What happened when I swiped the credit card? Was money created? Yes, it was. When you swipe a credit card at Costco for $2,000 to buy a TV, $2,000 that didn't exist is created in a computer as bank entries. Okay. So you actually created money when you swipe a credit card. Okay. So the question is, when you create money, who gets wealthy? Because you created the money, but who gets wealthy? Well, here's how it works. You swipe the credit card, the bank collected a swipe fee. So the bank made money. But did they lend you any money? No, they just put it into a computer and then they charged a fee and put that into a computer and they created more money when you paid the swipe fee. What if you don't pay off the credit card in the first 30 days? What happens? 24% interest starts compounding, right? Into your future, robbing you of your future. But that's just more bank entries. That 2000 didn't exist. That was created by pressing a button. They didn't actually lend you any money, but they charge you 24% interest on imaginary money. And then you're going to pay that in the future. Okay. So the bank made money and the bank made money. Now, Costco makes money. Hey, that's fair. Costco bake TVs, they make cool stuff, they bring our costs down, they have organic foods, they got all that kind of stuff, they give employees jobs, value for the economy. Amazing. Love it. I'm a fan of Costco. Okay. Now, who else made money? LG TV made money. Fair enough. They produce TVs. By the way, the cost of TVs goes down in price. Amazing. It's opposite. It's deflationary. The more they produce it, the cheaper TVs get. Amazing. So LG is doing their job. Costco is doing their job. Whatever. But who else gets paid when you swipe that credit card? The state and federal government, the city, get paid taxes. But they get taxes off. They're collecting taxes off money that didn't even exist. Okay. Now, but that's not even it. That's not even it. How many taxes were charged on the television in the creation of the television? I would love it'd be fun to figure this out, AJ, but was there 100 taxes that were charged on the creation of all the parts, shipping, gasoline, import, blah, 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 blah. There might be 100 taxes that are also passed on to you when you buy the television. So you're paying maybe 100 different taxes, which are all passed on to you when you swipe the credit card to buy the television. Okay. So basically, Corporations, banks get wealthy, and the government builds their wealth when you swipe the credit card. So you do create money all the time. You just create money to make other families wealthy. Correct? Isn't that what happened? So, question. Would you like to learn how to create money to build your wealth? Yes or no? Okay. Because I create money all the time. I just do it to build the wealth of my family. Okay. So, and I teach you guys how to do it too. So, there we go. So, what is this thing called buy, borrow, die? We'll play a quick video.
Some of the very richest Americans pay little in taxes compared with how fast their fortunes grow each year. How? They use a tax strategy known as buy, borrow, die. It's like the ultra wealthy are living on another planet. Average people need income to pay for basics like housing and food. But the ultra wealthy don't. They can just live on borrowed cash. Step 1, buy. The ultra wealthy buy an asset or build a company or inherit a fortune. As long as they don't sell, they owe no taxes. They keep their income as low as possible, since every dollar they earn can be taxed. Step 2, borrow. They borrow against their holdings and the bank gives them a really good deal.
I'll loan you $10 million with only 3% interest. But if you take a $10 million salary from your company, you'll owe almost 37% to the IRS.
So the ultra wealthy use loan money to fund their lifestyles. That's how a billionaire can live the most luxurious life imaginable while reporting little to no taxable income. Step 3, die. When they die, these lucky few often use complicated trusts and philanthropic foundations to avoid the estate tax. And their heirs can inherit stocks and other assets tax-free. A new generation is ultra wealthy and the cycle starts all over again.
Pretty cool. That's it. Guess what? You can do this. Anybody can. I'll prove it to you. Okay. So anyone can buy, borrow, die. Okay. We've proven it. This is a great article. Forbes magazine, how ordinary Americans can also buy, borrow, die without paying taxes. Okay. So anybody can do it. Yeah. So we'll prove that to you. Okay. So we wanted to build a system for this whole buy, borrow, die strategy. We wanted to build passive income streams so we don't have to work. How many people like passive income so you don't need to work? Now you can keep working. You work on whatever you want, right? I'll keep working, right? Because why would I stop working? This is fun, right? This is fun stuff. So, so our goal, there we are at another hockey game, but our build passive income, pay zero taxes, and do what we enjoy. That was our goal. We said, yeah, that sounds good, and go from there. Okay. Wanted to build active and income. We didn't care if the market went up. We wanted passive income, even if the stock market didn't go up. So, how do we do that? Okay. I used to be an options trader. I learned how to trade options 25 years ago. I was like, hey, I know how to do that. I know how options work. Anyways, don't need to understand options today, but I'm just saying it's possible to build income without the stock market going up. Okay. Then we said, hey, we need to use this buy, borrow, die strategy. So what if we built family banks? We could build places where we can invest and borrow with like no credit check, like super low interest rates with no credit check. So we figured out how to do that. Okay. We wanted to build family banks, safely multiply our returns using other people's money, which is other people's money means debt, which is debt is tax-free. Remember, debt is tax-free and working hard is highly taxed. So, and build early retirement portfolios. We said, this is ridiculous, these retirement accounts. Okay. We want to retire at any age and early. Okay. So we said, hey, let's do that. That was our goal. Okay. Now we said we want to apply the buy, borrow, die strategy to this. So how about this? What if we funded our brokerage accounts and let's say we needed insurance, whatever, life insurance, long-term care, and we could fund tax-free investment accounts. What if we funded our brokerage account, we grew it and never sold it, but we borrowed from that to fund a life insurance policy which grows triple tax protected. That's kind of cool because we funded it with money that's never been taxed. It would grow without taxes. You can take loans and distributions without paying taxes, and then when you die, you never pay taxes. So when did we pay our taxes? Okay, so we said, yeah, let's do that. So let's do that. I wrote a book on index universal life insurance policy. I know probably more than most people know about this topic just because I know every policy in the market, how it works, the advantages and disadvantages. So, okay. So next we said, what if we have that one there, but what if we took it to the next level? What if we funded the brokerage account, borrowed from that, funded the life insurance policy, which grows with no risk in taxes, and then we borrowed from that to purchase real estate? Geez, we would do it again. We'd never pay taxes again and we'd own real estate. And we could grow the real estate without ever selling it and never pay taxes on that. What if we wanted to borrow from the real estate to buy some stocks? Well, we keep circumventing the US tax system, don't we? Because we never sell, meaning we never pay capital gains taxes. Anytime we borrow, we pay nothing on that money because we don't have to work for it. Okay. Now, here's a quick question for you. Imagine you wanted to buy a $500,000 house. Okay. And you said, all right, I need 3% down. Awesome. 15 grand. Imagine you took a loan from your brokerage account for 15,000 and you put that as the down payment for your house. Did you pay taxes? Did you pay taxes on the loan? Yes or no? You borrowed the other 485,000 to buy your home. You signed a piece of paper. $485,000 was created in a computer. Were you taxed on the $485,000? No, because it's not income. So you just created $485,000 that didn't exist, and you purchased your real estate and you never paid taxes on $500,000, which you then get to grow the $500,000 asset, which was purchased with money that didn't exist, which you never paid taxes on. Does that sound good? Okay. This house, know what I put? 3%. Like, why would I buy a house? Where do you think I got the 3%? Borrowed it. What do you think we're going to do next? Rent this property? Go buy another house? 3%. Where are we going to get the 3%? We'll borrow it. Just create millions of dollars without having to work or pay taxes. That's how the rich think. Everyone else is trying to save money, get good credit, refund their retirement accounts, and get out of debt. The rich are like, you crazy, that's nuts. You're fighting inflation and taxes your entire life? That doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. So we could do that. We do buy real estate, other real estate. And then we use OPM times OPM because our down payment wasn't taxed and the purchase of the property, that's not taxed too. Create massive amounts of money. But then we could rent the real estate. We could generate tax-free income streams from the real estate. Now we'd have tax-free income streams funneling back into our strategies, which grow tax-free, which we can borrow from, creating more tax-free money. And we could create this cycle of tax-free investments funding strategies that have never been taxed, which we can borrow from to buy additional assets that are never taxed, which when we die, all of it goes to our heirs without ever paying taxes. When did we pay the taxes? This is how rich people get rich. And this is how poor people become middle class, and how middle class people become rich, and rich people become wealthy, and wealthy become super wealthy. Okay? It's same system, and it's simple. Okay? So oil and gas has some cool advantages. Anyways, and then also gold and precious metals. You can do this with cryptocurrency. You can do it with gold and precious metals. So very fun stuff. So that's our system. Nobody else has ever created it. We're the only company that's done it. I know that because we created it from scratch. So, cool. Now, question, are you using OPM to invest right now? Are you using OPM? Yes or no? OPM means debt. You're like, but wait a second, I'm supposed to get out of debt. Oh no, if you can get out of debt, but you're going to pay more taxes. The debt's that much, the taxes is that much. So which one's better? Okay. So are you using OPM? Yes, no. Okay. Here's my perfect portfolio as of yesterday. It's got 167,000. I've got some other accounts, but this is the one that I use for training in this course. $167,000. Look at the income on the bottom. The monthly income says $4,800 a month. So if I do nothing, this portfolio kicks off $4,800 a month. and the income's not taxed at full income tax rates. Okay, that's off of $167,000. Is that better than your traditional strategies? Yeah, a little bit. Those are the positions in the portfolio. Okay, you're like, okay, cool. I can just buy those, put them together, and you could duplicate that portfolio. But I highly suggest you know what's in that. You need to know all the risks and rewards, and you have to do your own due diligence because we're not financial advisors. Okay. But I can tell you that that investment account there, pretty powerful. Okay. It's got some lots of complex options trades built into ETFs. You put them all together, they kind of work like magic. Okay. Now, those are the that was just the returns for the other day. That's percentages in each portfolio and go from there. Now, but is the 167,000, there's $68,560.61 that didn't exist. You know how I created that money? I pressed the button. I created it. You can create it swiping a credit card, or you can press a button and create $68,560 literally doing nothing. Now, question, did I have to spend my time to go earn the $68,560? Did I have to spend my time? No, I did not. Did I pay taxes on the $68,561.61? Did I have to pay taxes? Nope. Did I have to fight inflation over a long period of time to earn the $68,560.61? Did I have to fight inflation over X amount or number of years to earn it? No, I didn't. You know what I did? I pressed the button. That's it. Just create it, and then I invest it. There's my dividends and my interest last month. I paid $297 last month to borrow the $68,560. My dividends were $44.72 and 52 cents last month. Okay. You want to see something cool? I'm going to create $1,000 right now. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to create $1,000. All right, let's do it. Just for the heck of it. Here we go. Create buy order. I'm going to create $1,000 right now. See? $1,000. See that? Watch there. $1,000 didn't exist. It just existed. I just created it. It'll be invested tomorrow morning. There you go. Is that more fun than working hard? That's the numbers. You can analyze the portfolio. You can look at it. You can put it together. All those numbers will add up. That's the interest on 5.25% interest. So, way more fun. Okay. All right. Let's look at finish. This is a traditional format for financial planning. It's cash flow, debt management, emergency fund, proper protection, build wealth, and preserve wealth. Okay. I had to change that because the old one kind of sucked, actually. Okay. So your job is to automate your income streams, build income streams now. Okay. Remember, because I have 167 in my portfolio, but 68 didn't exist. It's just 0 ones in a computer. So I only have 100,000 in my portfolio producing $4,800 a month off of my 100 grand. So that's a really big dividend, isn't it? Okay. And it doesn't matter if the market goes up. Eliminate debt above 6%. We got to get rid of any debt you have above 6%. Credit cards, whatever, we got to eliminate that. So how do we eliminate? We invest and then we borrow at 6% and we pay it off and then the payment's gone. Okay. Oh, by the way, these loans, there's no application, no credit check. It doesn't report to your credit score and there's no required payments on the loans. Okay. All right. So we can use these things to eliminate bad debt. Your emergency fund should pay at least 4.5%, and it should be FDIC insured up to $3.75 million. Your bank is probably insuring your money up to $250,000. You should have insurance up to $3.75 million. Next, you should buy life insurance and long-term care, but don't work for the money. Just press the button and create it. You didn't have to work for it. Buy your life insurance and long-term care to protect your assets with money that's never been taxed. Increase the returns and reduce the risk on all your investment accounts. If you're earning the average of the market, such as an index fund, it's mathematically impossible to ever retire. I can run the numbers for you any day, anytime. You're not going to win. Okay. So you need to learn how to, it's pretty, I can beat the index fund in my sleep. Okay. So all right. And fully automated, by the way. Now, if you want to become financially free and retire early, you can go to our website and read more about it. But anyways, let's jump into it. Now, what is financial education though? Because we're all like, hey, we should go get some financial education. Okay. So we're going to talk about what is financial education and what isn't financial education. So tell me if this sounds familiar. Would everyone agree that we started at some point in our life and we didn't know anything? We said, I don't understand anything. How many people would agree that that's where you started at some point in your life? Yes, I don't understand anything. So we go, hey, I want some financial education. I want to learn how money works. And what was your first thing they taught you? Well, first of all, if that's you to say again, I don't understand anything, I say congratulations. You've not been brainwashed by publicly traded financial companies. Congratulations, like woo! I've not been brainwashed. Good place to start. Level two is save money and get good credit. How many people said your mom, dad said, save money, get good credit? You're like, oh, that sounds so good. Check with your teachers, everybody on TV, save money, get good credit, super important part. Great. You've been taught to make publicly traded financial companies wealthy. That's it. Save money, you save money, banks get wealthy, you get good credit, banks get wealthy. You'll never get wealthy. That's set up to make other people wealthy. But like, oh, I'm saving money. Then they go, oh yeah, you got to go get a financial advisor now. Yeah, because your savings account sucks. So go get an investment account and go get a financial advisor. Level three. Welcome to level three. I save money, get good credit, max out my 401k to save on taxes, and I have a Roth IRA and index funds. Congratulations, level three. You're going to work until you die. Level three. Guaranteed after inflation and taxes. Okay. So crazy, huh? Here's the shocking part. Most financial advisors are stuck at level three. CPAs, level three. How come the financial advisors and CPAs never get above level three? Well, here's where I ask the question. Do you think that Wall Street and the Wall Street banks get up every day and say, man, we got to teach the financial advisors how to get financially independent so they can teach all their clients to get financially independent? How many people would agree with that statement? Is that what Wall Street mega banks do every single day? They're worried about making you financially independent. Or would they rather miseducate you, get you in debt, and make sure you're turned into a passive income stream to pay Wall Street for generations in your family? Which one is more likely to you? You guys get to decide.
Well, Mark, I actually heard an interesting stat the other day that 85% of financial advisors
Yeah.
dislike their jobs.
Oh, yeah. I hated my job. I was
Well,
miserable.
but here's where it gets even funnier. The average age of a financial advisor is 68.
Yeah.
So if they're 68, past the age of retirement, and they hate their jobs, if they were good at managing their money, I think they'd probably be retired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what I realized in 2018. I was like, I got to get out of here. I was cost me a fortune to leave, but I was like, I'm out of here. I'll figure this out somewhere. So, by the way, I wrote the book to help financial advisors and CPAs too. Okay. Because they want to retire too. They don't want to work until they die. Okay. So there we go. It's you have been educated by bankers and financial advisors that work for publicly traded financial companies that have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. So all the information that gets down to the financial advisors is driven to drive income to the shareholders of publicly traded companies. Okay, that's how the system works. So guess what, guys? I have great news for you. You guys made it to level four. You guys actually made it to level four. No one ever gets to level four. You get to level 4 and you can actually get financially independent because you actually know what this is. Okay. So now, if you don't know what OPM is, then you are the OP in other people's money, meaning you've only been taught to make other families wealthy. Sorry, it's just how it works. Okay, so level 4. You've calculated that if you earn 10% rate of return on your investments, that is mathematically impossible to build wealth after check level 4. Okay, I need to learn how to use OPM. So congratulations, guys. You're better off than 99% of the population right now because you at least know this exists. All right, let's jump into it some more. Question: how many people have children, brothers, sisters? If you don't take control of your family's financial education, who will? Something to think about. All right, your answers. We'll look at your answers, think about them. What are your answers? How is money created? Is it different than what it was at the start of the presentation? How is money created? Who can create money? Who can create money? Can I create money? I can create another 1,000 if you want. Can I create money? I do it all the time. So now sometimes I'll let you warn you. Sometimes your finger gets tired. We'll help you do exercises like pressing those buttons gets tired sometimes. Yeah. AJ, there we go. Good, good. Bob, come on. I know Bob. Bob, there we go. Bob's doing it. Bob, press buttons. I know. There we go. Can I create money? Do I have to work to make money? Do you have to work to make money? Hmm, interesting. I'm not gonna, you decide what's best for you. Okay. Now, there's a Google form. Okay, we can send it to you. Okay. I guess in reality, I think we need to throw your email in the chat or whatever. It's probably the best way to do that, but we'll reach out to you and we'll send you a Google form. You can fill it out. Just gives us an idea of what you want. If you want to come back, we'll send you some free chapters from my tax book. Okay. Start raising your financial IQ. Start learning. Okay. We need to get you out of debt. Anything above 6%. Never carry credit cards. All that stuff's got to go. That's bad debt. We want good debt. Good debt makes money. Bad debt makes other people money. Okay. We can show you how to invest. Okay. Build income now. Okay. First steps to automating your income, and you can start with 100 bucks in a brokerage account. How many people are willing to put $100 in your own fully insured by the SIPC brokerage account to start learning this strategy? How many people are go, oh, I'll try it with 100 bucks. I know those are massive numbers to try and do that, but this is baby step. This is baby steps, all right, to learn this stuff. So we can help you do that. 100 bucks in a brokerage account. Okay, we'll show you where to put it. And you can even look at my pie and you can match my pie and you can start your 100 bucks there. Okay, you can scan that code right now and that'll open it up. You can open up a brokerage account and then you got to connect your account, put 100 bucks, and then you have to create some investment account in there. Okay, and you can look at those positions and you can decide which ones you want to use over the ones that I'm holding. Okay. It also has a savings account that's FDIC insured up to $3.75 million. It currently pays 4.5%. So your savings accounts, so you have a savings account that pays 4.5, no minimums. You can have 50 bucks in there, 100 bucks, earns 4.5. You can have your investment accounts that are managed by a computer, way more effective than financial advisors. Produce income now, and then when you borrow, it creates money. You never have to work for it. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. And it's all kind of built into one platform. Then you want to buy proper protection, life insurance, long-term care, very important for asset protection, but you can also build a tax-free family bank. You can grow money without risk and taxes, like no risk, no taxes for the rest of your life. We'll talk about that. This is the book that talks about that. Okay. And if you text the word taxes to that phone number right there, we can send you, I think it's the first 37 pages of the book, and you can read it. Okay, so just go on your phone, text us the word taxes, put that number in, text the word taxes. boom, we'll send you a bunch of chapters of the book and you can start reading. So you have chapters from my tax book, you'll have chapters from this stuff, you learn this stuff, and you can keep raising your financial IQ. Okay. And it costs you nothing. You can follow the perfect portfolio on Instagram. You can run to our YouTube channel. Okay. I've interviewed some major money managers that actually created all these things. I know 3 of the top money managers that create these things in the United States. Okay. Very smart guys. And now the cost of this course is $24.95. It's on sale for $21.95. But in a few slides, I'm going to show you how this costs you nothing of your own money. Okay. So we'll talk about that. Now, if somebody invited you here, they can get paid a referral fee for inviting you, but they're not inviting you because for the referral fee. They're inviting you because it probably changed their life. Is that fair? Now, I've got a challenge for you. I think this course is worth $100,000. Easy. Okay. Here's why. I know you can go to any university and spend 100 grand and you'll never learn this stuff. In fact, you'll learn the opposite. So you can spend 100 grand. You can go to any university, spend 100 grand at a fancy financial school, and you'll never learn this stuff, even for 100 grand. Okay. So I think this course is worth 100 grand. In fact, it's worth millions if you apply it. Okay. Now, and I'll show you how this course can cost you none of your money to buy it. Okay. Learn more by attending the next 2 classes. You can come back to this. You can go to this class. You can go to the next class, the orientation, and you can go to the first class, and we're going to dig into this stuff a little bit. Don't charge you a dime. Just come by, learn. If after those 3 classes you don't like it, cool. Go back to those retirement accounts. Like, nope, don't like it. Cool. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Don't pay us a dime. You got your free chapters. You got your stuff. You learn the stuff. And then if you want to go back to what you're doing right now, just go do it. You spent your time. Next class is next Wednesday and next Wednesday. So next 2 Wednesdays, just block off your schedule, come back and learn again. It's fun stuff. Then decide if you want to continue after 3 classes. Is that fair? Just learn 3. Okay. It's going to take some time to learn this stuff. Plus your brain has to delete the data, process the new data, and then recalculate. So it takes you about a week, kind of to do that. Same time, same Zoom next week. Cool. We'll hopefully see you guys here. Now, Bob is actually on here with us, but Bob was in the financial service industry when I met him. Is 26 years in the major financial service industry. He happens to be on here with us today. And this is Chris. He was a mortgage broker. He became a friend. He joined the Perfect Portfolio in a really early stages. Chris thought he was going to have to work until he was going to die as a mortgage broker. So it turns out he said, I'd like to publicly thank Mark for sharing and teaching me how and what to do so I could retire from 32 years in the mortgage industry after having a cardiac arrest back in August. He almost died. Okay. He couldn't work. He didn't care. You know why? Because he was making $60,000 a month in dividend income. Okay. What you shared with the whole group is will set those who choose to learn and apply to be financially free. My wife and I are, Jane, incredibly grateful. Right. Bob, he's been in the financial 26 years, a very large financial service company. This was early stages. I'll have to catch up with you, Bob, see what you're doing now. But yeah, restructured his finances, buying and borrowing, and and boom, right away, increases cash flow. And I know he's been doing all kinds of stuff. Well, again, let's catch up soon, Bob. All right. So now, what are the differences in the Perfect Portfolio? There's different versions of the course. So which version is right for you? That's sorry, my mouse has gotten me. Okay. 3 versions of the course. Learn at your own pace. There's a video course. You're like, I want to do this on my own time, at my own pace. I can rewind it, whatever. You can do that. That's the video course. The live course, that's us. Right? We're only going to do this 3 times this year, the live course, but you can just continue in this live course. The mastermind course. Okay, the mastermind course, these are for more people like they have larger portfolios, bigger tax problems. They're like, I need lots of tax consulting, right? I need your CPA, I need a CFP, I need a financial advisor, all that stuff. We can package all that stuff together and we can do some pretty high-end tax consulting and show people how to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes a year. Okay. So what are the differences? Learn at your own pace is just a video course, okay? $600, right? Now you can do 4 easy payments of $149.75, right? So 4 payments, boom, go do the video course, and you can do that. Okay, that's option 1. You get the whole course, recorded course. You can just learn it on your own on your own time. You can watch it 24 hours a day, anytime. There's some knowledge quizzes. The ability to schedule a mentorship Zoom with me or a representative, depending on how busy I am. But if somebody goes through the entire course and says, man, I set up my investment account, could I get 15 minutes of your time just to kind of optimize? Sure, why not? I'll jump on for 15 minutes and give you a quick tutorial, and then boom, right? But not, $600 course. We can't spend too much time on that. Okay. But you get to be in the video course, and you could upgrade to the live course, and whatever you paid us before, we'll just credit it to that account. Okay. Invitation to all future seminars at discounted rates. Affiliate referral program. Somebody could be in the video course and refer other people and then make money referring them in the video course. Okay. We're going to make that even better. Okay. We're building some systems on that to make that easier and faster. The live course is today, right? $21.95. But again, nothing out of your pocket to do it. Okay. 8-week course. We're going to run that again here. 7 more weeks, maybe 8 more weeks, we run classes. Right? Ability to ask questions, clarifications during class, knowledge quizzes, perfect portfolio. We'll put you in a WhatsApp group with our community. You can ask questions and talk to other students and students who've been with us for 6 months, a year, or 2 years. Mentorship Zoom with myself. I'll do maybe 1 or 2 Zooms with you to kind of help you push you in the right direction a little bit as you learn. And that's included in the live course. Future classes, discount, and Bitcoin, real estate, all that stuff. And then there's also a affiliate referral of this. You're like, I did the live course. I'd like to refer people to the live course. Great. We'll pay you a 10% commission on that. Make some extra few bucks. Mastermind course. This one's for generally accredited investors. These people have larger portfolios and larger tax problems. Okay. I talked to a guy. He says he pays 400 grand a year in taxes, 400 every year. And he has no idea what to do. Like, I can save you 200 grand pretty quickly, right? So pays 23,000. I save him 200 grand. Pretty good deal. Okay. So online classes, get special guest speakers, and introduction to investment advisors, tax specialists, CPA, CFP, and hedge fund managers that I personally use and know very well. Okay. Incredible money management. If you have 250,000 bucks, we can connect you with a money manager that can do some pretty amazing stuff with a portfolio for you using stock options and in these types of strategies. Okay. And obviously open invitation to end any live. Once you go through the live course, you can come back anytime in the future and attend as many classes and never pay us again. Same thing with the mastermind course and so on. Okay. You get my cell phone number. You can WhatsApp me. You can ask me questions and we can rock and roll. Okay. We usually coach you over 2 years, just like, start of the year. What's your goals? What's your taxes? Check in with you. What's our tax strategy? How are we implementing these strategies to save you hundreds of $1,000s of taxes over the next couple of years, right? And that's within the mastermind course. So very hands-on, lots of customized strategies and individual attention. Okay. Okay. And then again, guaranteed at least 10x. So if somebody pays us 20,000, we'll at least save them 200,000 or make them 200,000 or both. We guarantee that. It's pretty easy to do, actually. Okay. All right. Now, who wants a free SMART strategy? SMART is strategy to maximize assets and reduce taxes. How many people want the SMART strategy? Yes. Hands up. Yes. Wants the SMART strategy. Okay. What if I told you that you could sign up for any of the perfect portfolio courses with none of your own money? Would that be cool? Don't work for it. Don't pay taxes on it. Wait, instead of using your money from your pocket to yours, invest, just transfer your account. You get Fidelity somewhere, just transfer it. There's no taxes. We'll set it up, press the button, create the money, pay for the course. Didn't cost you anything. Nothing. Now, or you could even use your credit card, collect your points, and then next month you could have an investment account, borrow, pay off the credit card. You got the points, which are tax-free, or the cash back or whatever. And then you create the money and pay off the credit card. You didn't pay anything for the course. You just created the money in a computer and paid for the course. Cost you nothing. Okay, let's say that you're a business owner. That's a tax deduction. So you created money that didn't exist, paid for a course which is a tax deduction. Guess what? The state and the federal government now have to give you a tax refund on that. So the course cost you nothing, and the state and federal government paid you to do any of these courses if you're a business owner, and you can write that off on your taxes, which you very much likely could. So it cost you nothing. In fact, you got paid to learn how to invest and avoid taxes. And you use the strategy which we taught you to do it. Sound good? Is that fair? All right. So you just paid for the course without any cash out of pocket, without liquidating any investments, which would have triggered the taxes, and you got Uncle Sam to pay you to legally learn how to avoid taxes. Pretty cool. Is that fair? Is that good value for your money that didn't exist? Okay. That is a truly strategy to maximize assets and reduce taxes. There's a good smart strategy there. Okay. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Question, did we raise your financial IQ? How many people say yes? Put it in the chat. Did we raise your financial IQ? 2, did we change your thinking? Yes or no? Did we change your thinking? Okay. That is the most important thing to do. Change your thinking. Okay. Now, next week you come back, we're going to change your thinking again. Come back again, change your thinking again. Okay. So, anyways, if you decide to do this course, it's probably not just going to change your life. It's probably going to change your family legacy forever. Okay. And I'll just tell you a quick story. Okay. My nephews, Stella's sisters, boys, they were 17 and they turned 18. I was like, man, I know what we'll do. We'll give them $2,000 for their birthday, and we'll put it into an investment account, and we'll show them what to do and invest, and then we'll teach them how to press buttons and create money. Is that a cool gift when you're 18? Okay. So anyways, this course can dramatically change your life. It can happen pretty quickly. It can change your family legacy. And here's the great part. You might not have to work until you die, because most people are. Okay. Now here's the bad part. They say, how many people have heard that money is relative? How many people have heard money's relative? The more money you have, the more relatives you have, guys. Okay. So if you have money, you're going to be the one helping the family in the future. If they don't manage their finances. So make lots of money. It's amazing. It gives you freedom. It gives you choices. It can give you a lot of happiness. They've done studies that people with no money are not really as happy. A certain amount of money does bring you happiness. It's been proven. Too much, if you manage it properly and you have purpose and goals, it just gives you the freedom to do amazing things in the world. And that's what I'm trying to do with this course. All right. So guys, have a great evening, guys. I hope that was everything you expected. If you think this class was cool, come back to the orientation class and then come back to the class 1, guys. All right. Have an amazing evening, guys. We'll hope to see you all next Wednesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, guys. Have a great one. Bye for now.